to our nail salon. Are you here for your nail treatment? Okay. Can I see your hands, please? Can I see the other one? Great. Okay, well, your hands are in good condition. You have a few cuticle problems that we can deal with today. But generally you have very healthy nails, very healthy hands. That's good. So are we going to do a nail polish today? Great. So if you don't mind, I'll get started with a bit of a hand massage to apply a moisturizing cream to your hands. And then afterwards, I'll file your nails and apply some coats of color for you. Is that okay? Great. Are you comfortable? Would you like a glass of water or tea before we get started? Okay, perfect. So today I brought a hand cream that's made of organic lavender, and it's made by a company called PHB. They're a family business here in the UK, and they actually give 20% of their profits to charity. And this hand cream is organic and it's vegan and cruelty free as well. And I'll apply some to your hands and then give you a head massage or hand massage. So I'll set this aside for now. And we'll come back to it a bit later. And I'm going to massage this muscle right here, which can be a tension point for a lot of people. So just let me know if the pressure is too much and I can decrease it. How's this pressure for you? Good. Do you work in a line of work that requires you to type or write a lot? Yeah, I thought so. You know how you can tell? If you relax your hand completely and don't try to do anything, you can see here the curvature of your fingers is quite curved up. And this is because these muscles right here and the connective tissue are a bit contracted, because when you type or you hold objects in your hand, it can influence the tension in your fingers. And with a completely relaxed hand, with relaxed muscles, we want to see a slightly more open curvature, maybe something like this. So what we can do for that is massage these muscles right here and try to get a relaxed and loose tension compared to what you have right now. Does that feel okay? Perfect, that's what we want. So you leave here today with beautiful hands as well as a relaxed mind. And at any point during the treatment, if you feel like dozing off or falling asleep, just feel free to lean back into your cushion and you can go ahead and relax. I'm just going to pull on your fingers like this. It should feel quite nice. Just take some blood to the tips of the fingers. And we don't want to forget the thumb. The thumb is our hard worker when it comes to picking things up and holding objects. It'd be quite difficult to do without it. What separates us from certain animals. And I can also massage the inner muscles of your hand with my knuckle. Is that too much? Great. Good. Let's do the opposite side. You have very soft skin. Do you wear gloves when you do the dishes? Do you do the dishes? Great. I guess it's good genes then. how's the smell of the cream? Is it okay for you? Perfect. Okay. Let's do the other hand. I can see it's absorbed some of the cream, so I'll just apply a bit more. It's a bit hard to get the lid on sometimes. Okay. So I'll start just by caressing your hand to get used to the touch, considering we've been focusing on the other hand for a while. Is it okay if I move up your arm a little bit? Great. And then turn it over. Just begin with this muscle here again, quite gently. This is where a lot of people find they can experience a bit of tenderness, because it tends to be a pretty tense muscle here that can impair the movement of the thumb a little bit. So actually, if you're quite tense during the day, what you can do sometimes is take your index finger and your thumb and then just press right here. Maybe massage it gently like this. Do you feel it? Yeah, it can be a nice thing to do during the day if you feel a bit anxious or a bit stressed, and just to center yourself in your body and also remove some stress from your hand. Feels good? Good. Perfect. So we'll go over the base of your fingers once again. Let's try to compare these two hands now and see if we've made any difference if you relax both. You can see this one curves a little bit more. And that's because we've been working on these fingers, so you can see that these two probably need a bit more work because they curve a bit more than the others. But it's amazing what a little bit of a massage can do. It's very important to give ourselves the attention that we deserve, especially when we work hard. And sometimes even occupations that don't require a lot of physical effort, it seems, just by sitting in a chair, can strain our bodies and cause tension in other ways. So let's go for the fingers again. And this again is something that you can do for yourself too. Maybe before sleep, a couple of times a week. Just to keep your fingers nice and relaxed. Often when I do this for clients, they say they immediately feel a relaxing sensation and a general relaxation in their state of mind as well as their hands. Great. And you can probably feel, especially when I'm massaging here, that there is a bit of tension there. And when we pull it away like this, it can be quite a nice relief. Let's not forget the thumb. Great. So what we'll do next is, since we applied some cream to your hands just now, your fingers and your fingernails are quite oily, and we want to keep that moisture around your cuticles, because when we apply different chemicals to your fingernails, which unfortunately is what nail polish can be like, we want to keep the moisture around your cuticles so that the base of your fingernails and your skin remain moisturized. But at the same time, we want to remove any oiliness or residue from your fingernails because it will prevent the nail polish from sticking. So what I'll do for that is I'll take some lint-free wipes, which are special wipes we use for manicures because they don't leave any kind of little hairs in your nails. The can show up through your nail polish. And I will use some alcohol to remove any residue from your fingernails. Okay. So, probably better to apply on the wipe and not the lid. And I'm just going to remove any of the hand cream that we applied from your nails to help the nail polish stick a lot better. And you don't need a lot of this, just a little bit, but it makes a big difference. I find that a lot of my clients say that they avoid applying hand cream because they don't want to ruin their manicure beforehand. And this is a way that they can avoid that. And as you can see now, your fingernails are no longer shiny because we removed some of the moisture and we've dried them out a little bit. But don't worry, I'm going to go over and apply some cuticle oil at the end of the treatment. Great, so now what we'd like to do is choose a color. And we have a variety of colors here for you. We have some reds, for example, this color called Lobster Roll, and a similar one called Tropics, which is a little bit more peachy. And these are from our shellac range, so these are gel nails that we can do with a lamp. We also have some neutral colors, such as romantique, or something in the middle with salmon rim. Do any of these look attractive to you? Also, I guess, have you thought about whether you'd like gel nails, which are the ones that can stay up to 2 or 3 weeks, but it can take a bit longer to do today? Or we can do a regular nail polish. Okay, in that case, it sounds like you are more inclined toward neutral colors. So I have a completely new color that we just received from our new OPI Infinite Shine range, and it looks like this. It's quite a nice nude and neutral, very light pink tone. It's almost a white manicure, which is quite popular these days, but it has a bit of a softer look, less like whiteout, like some say. Great. So what I'll do is I'll take both the base coat and top coat that go with this nail polish, and it allows us to apply a polish and a manicure that are quite similar to a gel manicure in the sense that it would be quite shiny and it will last about a week, but we don't have to take as much time and use the lamp. Does that sound good? So I'll take these away. By the way, for the future, if you have any special events coming up, we have some glitters as well that we can apply on top of your manicure. Those are some rhinestones and then some glitters as well. They're a lot more festive and not something I guess you would necessarily do for work. Okay, not today. That's fine. Perfect. My favorite is, however, at Christmas time I often do red and silver rhinestones. Okay. Perfect, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is use this glass nail file.
Lower. Yeah.
Just use this glass nail file to shape your nails a little bit. And this nail file comes all the way from Prague, where they're known for their glass work. And what this nail file allows us to do is make sure we're very gentle with your nails. It doesn't tug at the nails quite as much because it has a very fine grit. And so what I'll do is sanitize it for you with some alcohol to make sure that you apply a clean and fresh tool to your fingernails. It's something very important to us with our customers. And then we'll shape your hands, shape your fingernails just a little bit. Your hands are already a beautiful shape. Okay, so I'll set these aside for now, and we'll keep going. Great. So your nails are already pretty good shape. Did you know that it's recommended to shape your nails, as I'm doing now, in one direction rather than going in the zigzag motion that a lot of people do? And this is because it's a lot more gentle in the nail structure. It doesn't disturb the nail quite as much. So it can help with things like breakage or layering of your nails. Keeps them healthier for longer. Yeah, you're welcome. I love sharing knowledge with my customers because a lot of us don't have the luxury of coming to get a manicure on a regular basis, and we do a lot of our own nail treatments at home. It's good to know how to care for our nails in the best way possible. And the better you do at home, the easier and more long-lasting it is to get a good manicure when you do it professionally. Okay, so I'm going for the same shape that you normally get. So slightly rounded, but generally a little bit more on the square side, not as pointy. Is that okay for you? Great. I know you prefer a more natural look on your nails, but you are quite adventurous with your pedicures, which is good. Is that because of your job or personal preference? And your job, yeah, that's quite normal. I guess with work, a lot of people do see our hands, so it helps to have quite a professional manicure rather than unsightly nails. Although I find that a lot of my customers say that that's a lot more relaxed now than it used to be. So this nail is a bit more round naturally, but we're going to try and even out some of the roundness just to make sure it matches the other nails. Did you know that the optimal nail shape for each one of our hands is one that mirrors the curve of our cuticles? So that's a really safe way to choose which manicure shape you should go for. Of course, you don't have to stick with that. You're very welcome to experiment and try more square nails or round nails. Pointy nails are really popular right now. I think Beyonce is somebody we can thank for that. But generally, if you're not sure which shape to go for, that's one safe bet. Do you generally keep your nails quite short? Yeah. Have you ever done acrylics or any kind of other additions? No? Would you consider doing it? Yeah. Maybe another time. We don't do acrylics in our salon here because we tend to find that it can be a bit harmful for the nail, and as you can see, we prefer to do kind of healthy and sustainable manicures here. But we do offer shellac, which allows you to have some nail strength, but obviously doesn't add to the length of your nail. A lot of our customers do find that with shellac nails, they're able to keep growing their nails and not bite them and so on, but it doesn't look like you bite your nails, right? Great. It's nice that you found time to come in when you're a bit more relaxed and you can take your mind off work. That's good. Maybe next time, don't wait for your birthday to come. You can just pop in whenever. I'll give you a 20% off voucher at the end, just because I think you're quite enjoying this and it'd be nice for you to relax a little bit. Another thing that we do is if you come in our off-peak hours, so usually during the day, if you have a day off or something like that, then you can get 50% off your treatment. Yes, you can use your voucher in addition to that too. It keeps people happy and coming back and relaxed about their finances, which is part of the point. Great, so we're almost there with the shaping. 3 more fingers left. And then we'll go ahead and apply the polish. How are you doing on drinks? Would you like anything? No? The green tea was enough? Alright. Perfect. How often do you do your nails at home? Okay, well, that's sensible. I think that's quite normal for most people. Yeah, for a lot of us it's not a priority. Well, obviously for me it's a bit different because of the nature of my occupation. Okay. How do you feel about the shape? Good. Okay, great. As I said, there's not much to do here. Your nails are really in great shape. And while we're shaping them and doing your manicures, while your hands are absorbing the rich cream that we applied to them earlier. So that helps with the general appearance of your hands. Great. So one other thing I'd like to do is, I've noticed that some of your cuticles are a bit forward up on your nail bed. So what I'd like to do is push them back a little bit, which is basically a dry manicure. So I won't be soaking your hands or cutting your cuticles. We find that it's a lot more sustainable and healthy for the cuticles to just push them back gently. So I'm going to use this implement here to do that. It's not going to hurt at all, and if you experience any discomfort, just let me know, and I'll do it more gently or we can stop. Okay. So I'm just pushing your cuticle back ever so gently, and also scraping off just a little bit of that skin residue on your nail bed, which can also prevent the nail polish from sticking to the nail. And later on we will apply cuticle oil after we finish with applying the nail polish, and this will help with conditioning and moisturizing your cuticle and help with the appearance of this kind of white cuticle skin. And what this does as well is helps make sure that the shape that emerges once we paint your nails is consistent across your nails. A tool like this is very inexpensive and very easy to find. You can purchase it at our reception as well, and I recommend it as a very easy tool to have around the home in order to keep your DIY manicures looking very professional. If you can see, there's a bit of skin that's higher up the nail here, and that's quite normal for customers who don't normally treat their cuticles at home, and that's completely fine. It's a very natural part of our hands and nail structure, so it's nothing to worry about, but just nice for aesthetic purposes. It also helps the cuticles from overgrowing and ripping a little bit or getting damaged, which can happen and be a little bit painful. can see this cuticle here needs a bit of help. Probably got caught on something. You said you were traveling today? Is that okay? No discomfort? Perfect. So we have a bit of a stubborn cuticle here. So I'm not applying too much pressure, just enough to push it back. And try to dislodge it a little bit with this side. What I'm being very careful about is applying too much pressure or scraping or scratching your nail. We don't want that. We want to keep all of the layers of the nail intact, because it helps with the health of your nails, which is our number one priority, and of course it also helps with the appearance of your manicure. Is that okay? Great. And your last finger here. This cuticle is pretty good. It's well behaved. Great. So I'll just do a once over one more time with our lint-free wipe and the alcohol, just because I do have some cream left over in my hands from when I applied your hand cream, and I want to make sure your hands are nice and fingernails are nice and clean and prepped for our first layer, which is the primer right here. So it's the OPI Infinite Shine Primer, and what this does is it's completely transparent, so you won't see it on your nail, but it helps to adhere the layers of color to your nail and also prevent your nail from absorbing any of the color in nail polish. I'm struggling a little bit to open it now because of my cream. Okay, so if you just keep your hands where they are, I'm going to do all of your fingernails at once, and I'm going to do one hand at a time, just because it will help you get out of here sooner. So what are your plans later today? Oh, that's great. Did you come to the city especially for that? That's wonderful. And who are you going with? Great, so some shopping beforehand. That's always nice. Yeah, I think that's a good place to go for that, definitely. If you need some recommendations, we can talk to Becky at the reception. She's the one with the good hair. Yeah. She usually knows where to go for those things. Okay, so we applied the first coat, which is the primer. Just gonna let it dry just for a couple of seconds. And then we're going to apply this coat of OPI Infinite Shine Lacquer, which is in the color Pretty Pink Perseveres. Now go ahead and start opening it while your hands are drying, because it took me a second to do it before. Great, so if you can see the primer, your nail primer absorbs, or dries rather, very quickly. So you can see that it's lost a lot of its shine. And that's kind of the point of it, really. It's not something that you're going to see through the other layers. It's just something that conditions your nails, so it's almost like a primer that you would apply before applying foundation to your skin. It helps everything stay in place, and it makes sure that this layer of nail polish that we're about to apply adheres a lot better. It doesn't move around, it doesn't travel as much later on, and everything stays in place. So I'm going to apply 2 coats of this color, and I'll try to speed up a little bit because I know you need to go back to work. Oh, of course you're not going back to work. Sorry. What am I saying? You said you're on holiday today. I'm just used to it from your previous appointments. So I'm applying a very thin coat to start with, and it's not going to look perfect because all we're doing is trying to apply a bit of color that the second layer will go on. And don't worry about any of these small little mishaps. What I'm going to do for that is I'll set a little bit of alcohol right here, and then I can use a brush to remove these to make sure that your manicure is perfect before it dries. If you could just hold your finger, you have very nice fingers. Just going to push the sides of your finger away a little bit. Don't worry about what that looks like right now. As I said, the second coat is going to make everything look a lot better. Yeah, my nails are actually done with shellac, so it's a gel manicure. It's in the color Lobster Roll. Sure, we could try that next time. As I said, you would need just maybe 20 minutes extra for the gel manicure to make sure that we have enough time for the lamp treatment so it cures under an LED lamp. Yeah, a lot of people use UV. We use LED here because the curing time is lower, so it helps with keeping our customers' time well used. Okay, let's start with the thumb. Oh, I'm glad you like the color. I think you'll see a lot more of it when we go over it just in a few minutes. Are you still comfortable? Great. Do you like having your own private room for the manicure? Yeah, it can be quite relaxing. We do offer a menu of different music options, with spa music, we have some contemporary music, and some classical music as well. But today, I think you said you prefer to have quiet, so that's totally fine. Great, so that's our first coat here. I'll just get in here a bit closer to your nail, just to make sure we cover everything. Great. If I can have this hand again, we'll do our second coat and then apply the top coat, after which I'll do your cuticle oil and you'll be good to go. So as you can see now, we're getting a lot more of a milky, opaque texture to the color, which is a lot nicer. These nail polishes from the series are a little bit temperamental. They dry very quickly, and they have a thicker consistency, which means that we have to be careful during the application, but it's what gives you that long-lasting look, quality to them later. So it does mean that it's a bit trickier to apply at home, but you can most certainly do it with a bit of practice. Yeah, we do sell the full range in the shop as well. We have a good partnership with OPI. Have you seen their Kerry Washington range? Yeah, really cool colors. I always try to get the tip of the nail, even if it means cleaning up a little bit, because we find that it helps the nail polish stay on. That's one of the places where it tends to chip or fade away first, because we use the tips of our fingers quite a lot. This finger may need another coat, so let's let that dry and I'll come back to it. Thank you. Have you had any other of our treatments here, our facials, our hair treatments? Yeah, we have a hair consultation clinic where you're able to get a personalized consultation about your hair type and any issues you may be experiencing with your hair. And then we put together a personalized treatment plan for you. Yeah, you can use our 20% off voucher for that as well. It can be any one of our treatments. I do our full range of treatments, so all of our specialists are trained in all of the different treatments. That way, if you have a favorite specialist or a preference or a relationship with one of us, or you just know us better, we're able to see you again when you come back. Yeah, it's about that personal touch. Of course, you're welcome to go and see any of our other specialists, especially if one of us is not available. But the option is there for you to continue with the same person. Great, so now we'll move on to the top coat, and after that you'll be done. How do you like it so far? Great. The top coat is going to provide some extra shine, and it helps it dry as well. So you'll have that gloss on your nails it's not going to fade like with a lot of nail polishes. It's going to stay in place, which is very nice. Even if you do the dishes, like you said, it's not going to remove the shine, and it's not going to make your nails dull like can happen with other polishes sometimes. I'm just applying quite a generous coat and going over the tips. Can I see your thumb, please? Great. And this thumb as well. How old were you when you got your first manicure? A long time ago. Wow. Just once with your mom. Yeah, I think that's quite normal. Quite common. I went with my best friend for the first time. We were quite young and we thought we'd treat ourselves to a manicure and pretend we were old. It was nice. Yeah. So we're just gonna let your hands dry a little bit. I'm just looking at your skin here. It looks like it's absorbed the cream. It feels quite moisturized. Yeah. It's good that it's absorbed in the meantime, because once you leave the salon and you want to do other things, or touch your clothes or handle things, it's not going to get greasy. Great. So what I'm going to do next is apply some cuticle oil to your cuticles, and this will again add another layer of moisture and also help restore some of the moisture we took away when we were removing the greasy layer off your nails. And the reason for that is obviously I tried to be as careful as I could, but when I used the pad with the alcohol on it, of course it's inevitable that I could touch some of your cuticles and remove some of the moisture from them. And also the nail polish here, and this brush that we used sometimes can touch your cuticles as well. So we don't want that. What we want to do is add some moisture to your cuticles. And what that does is, of course, it helps with their appearance and it helps keep your manicure lasting for longer. But it also helps with the health of your cuticles and your nails, because your nails grow from this direction up. And so keeping this area moisturized means that the nail that's growing is a lot healthier and stronger. And as you can see, it helps remove that white look. And we recommend to our customers that you try, of course most people don't do this, but that you try to apply cuticle oil daily, or at least every other day. And one great way to do this is, this is almond oil here, but if you use coconut oil in cooking or anywhere around the house, when you're cooking or you're doing something around the kitchen, you can just take a dab of oil and just apply it gently to your cuticles like this. And just rub it in a little bit, and the rest will absorb very easily into your nails without any help. I try to do this before bed. At the very least, try to use the hand cream. And as you can see, it helps your manicure look so much more fresh right away. And it gives you a bit of a luxurious feeling as well, knowing that your cuticles are moisturized. I think it's a bit of a first world problem. It's not something that we think about often, but it gives that nice touch. So you're all good now. We used a fast drying coat, so your nails are ready to go. You can put them in your bag and nothing will happen. And I hope you enjoyed today. You look really wonderful, and please come back again.